dynamic with all of you here, that I think it's important for the Green Party to be part of major community events everywhere in Canada. And the Stampede is an amazing community event with so many thousands of volunteers and so much work that goes into it. And there's no question that some of Green Party policies, and I'm proud of them, are very concerned with animal cruelty. And there's some events in Stampede that we think have to change. But that doesn't mean that we would criticize a community or condemn a whole event. And the Calgary Stampede is iconic. And I think that so much of what happens here this week is great. If for no other reason, all the people who work in those towers for the oil patch, they all stop working. And I think that by itself is something that we should really celebrate. They leave their law firms in droves, they drink a lot. I think this is good. This is a very good thing. And we should try to get Stampede to go year-round. I should not try stand-up comedy when I haven't thought it through first. That's a really bad idea. It's just coming to me, all the advantages of Stampede. But it is, I'm always amazed, and I love the parade. I love the fact that, and it's also, I'm conflicted about it because we're, oh, sweetheart. We're good? We're not gonna look. We're very concerned as a party about justice for First Nations. And so I'm always kind of conflicted as I watch the beautiful princesses on horseback from Blackfoot and Pagan and all the First Nations that are marching the parade. And I mostly see that as a place of honor in the parade, that we recognize all the different First Nations. But the ultimate aspect of the Stampede that still is with me is, are we seeing in all of that celebration of First Nations tradition and culture a demand for justice, and that we actually deal with First Nations on a nation-to-nation basis, which is the obligation of various treaties and lots of commissions. Anyway, I shouldn't give a long, serious speech about all the ways in which the Calgary Stampede brings together places of conflict and of a tension between, and I don't mean attention, a tension between the way things should be, the way they are, and the opportunity when so many thousands and thousands of people are gathered together to see something beautiful created out of all that. So I'll keep coming to Stampede. I think we'll keep having a Stampede breakfast of some kind. I love the fact that this is definitely different from some of the other breakfasts, but we want to see more and more people come every year, so spread the word so that next year when you hear it say, are the Greens doing it? Did we decide Bonus Park was the right place? Okay, then we'll be back here. Are we going to do a bannock breakfast? Are we going to do pancakes? Are we going to figure out a way to do all recyclable, reusable plates? What's our next step that we take it a notch up? How do we keep improving what we're doing as Greens at the breakfasts? I'm happy, as you all know, a lot of you come up to me in the last hour or so to say you're really thrilled that I got elected, and I've got to say so am I. Elected Green Member of Parliament in Canada, and it's going really well so far. I've got the experience of what, because I've always believed this, and my last book was about Canadian democracy, that we don't elect a Prime Minister in this country, we forget that. We elect 308 members of Parliament, and in principle, under parliamentary democratic systems, we are equal. I have a lot of rights as an individual member of Parliament, but the partisan political system has made it look as though no one has any power unless they have a large caucus. But as leader of a party that is a national political party, the Green Party is recognized in the House of Commons. We are, Greens are on, if you go to the House of Commons website, yes, the Green Party is part of the House of Commons. I'm not an independent. There's some media coverage sometimes messes that up. Just so you know, the Green Party is in the House of Commons. So I'm leader of the Green Party. And I have a rather small caucus. We do need to have a large and unruly caucus, and I'm hoping that before the next election, through by-elections, we will actually be a larger caucus than one, and we'll go into the next federal election with more. But Calgary is a base where we can elect Greens, and this is something I just want to share with you. It's a place where we've always done well. People are looking for an alternative. And I don't think, I think it's much more, you can be an optimist in any party, but it's less of a stretch to imagine electing Greens in Calgary than to imagine electing Liberals or NDP at the federal level. We really have a shot here, and we need to. Thank you. the next election. So I'll be back next year. We keep on building. And I don't think I want to do anything other than thank everybody again, particularly Chantal for taking on 2 events in the last 2 days, organizing for my visit so that we had a wonderful fundraiser for Calgary Centre and this event that reached out to more than one riding in Calgary. To say to all of you, thanks for your support. For those of you who are coming to a green event for the first time, and I know there are quite a few of you, thanks for being here. Spread the word, let your friends know that we're really a serious alternative to all the other parties. And I do pledge to you, as your first member of Parliament elected in Ottawa, that I plan, if nothing else, to demystify what goes on in Parliament, to use the opportunity I have as a completely honest and transparent politician to put everything out there. As I see it, I'll report it on my blog. So watch my Member of Parliament blog site, the website, which isn't up yet, the Green Party websites. I plan to try to, as I experience things, and you can look back, if you haven't read them yet, just for fun, look at the last few postings on our website where I describe what's been going on in Parliament and explain what's been going on. I think it's really important if we're going to get more people to vote, to have more people actually interested in what's going on in Parliament, and I don't think you're going to get that from our mainstream media. We just don't get the real sense of the day-to-day operations of Parliament. So I'm going to try to make sure that's happening. I'm trying to ensure that every bill that goes to the House is one where we pay attention and we put forward amendments for what matters. So stay in touch. Let me know how you're finding the information flow, if it's educating enough, if there should be more, if there should be less, how we should do it. Because the team I have in my Member of Parliament office on Parliament Hill is very committed to making democracy work. And as an MP, most of what I do for my constituents is nonpartisan. As a Member of Parliament, I want to be relatively nonpartisan. But the reality is that there's things you can do in every riding in the Calgary area to feed petitions to me so I can get them tabled in the House of Commons, raise issues that are local but put them forward in the House of Commons, and make that connection so the individual citizen sees that their connection to their MP, and in this case, maybe not the MP that's their direct geographical MP, but at least through the one Green elected MP, that they can see that they actually have power in this system, that democracy really works, and that the House of Commons belongs to the people of Canada and not to the people who are running the few powerful political parties. And once we get that message out there, we'll get people voting. So thank you, Medwich. Thanks to everybody. Have a good time. And there's still food, unbelievably. I mean, Cheryl, I'm trying to tell her, here you go.
Thank you so much.